Hey all, welcome to ShareTreck. This is Raj here. Friends, it was amazing to see the market fall so sharply. I also listened to the speech of Fed Chief Powell, and I'll give you my reactions on that. So today we are going to do the regular stuff. We are going to look at CNBC, look at the key headlines. Then I will share my thoughts with you about the market, and then we'll do the fear and greed index. We'll look at the stock market heat map, and then we'll look at all the individual stock prices and the charts, and we'll conclude with a resolution of what I'm planning to do for the next working day. I'm still waiting for you guys to give me feedback about your strategies. Please share that in the comments. That said, let's get started. Welcome back, friends. So here is what I think. I listened to Fed Chief Powell, and I feel that everything is intact. I did not see a need for the market to react so drastically. I think two things are at play. One is whatever Fed Chief Powell said. The other is the fact that all the Mag 6 had gone to a very high level, and then now that they have come up with their earnings and most of them have met the targets, we are waiting for market leaders to start showing the direction. And in the absence of the direction, people have decided to take profits. That's what I am thinking. The story is intact. There is going to be a lot of spending on AI. AI is driving the market. So NVDA, AMD, all of them are going to do extremely well. The Mag 6 is going to be back in action. I'm saying Mag 6, I'm excluding Tesla from this. And therefore, what happened is today, this evening, I made a bunch of purchases. I bought AMD on the Canadian side. I bought NVDA on the Canadian side. I also bought Google on the Canadian side because I think Google has been punished too much. And I also bought 20 FNGU on the US side. So that's the total purchases that I have made today. I did that towards the end of the day, and I got really good price, I believe. And I'm hoping that tomorrow we are going to have a dead cat bounce. And again, by afternoon, it will start going down because we're going to look at two more earnings coming up. I think Amazon and Apple are coming up, if I'm not mistaken. So that'll be a little bit of movement. But I think I'll be able to exit out of FNGU tomorrow with whatever profits I get. And if it did go down further, then I might do a dollar cost averaging based on my feeling at that point of time, whether we are going to go into further drops. Because remember, I was thinking that February and March would be the low points, and we have not yet started February. So around February 15, I was thinking that the market would start falling. It has already started falling right now. My purchase of FNGU is purely tactical. That said, let's go and look at CNBC headlines, and then we'll continue with the rest of the stuff. Right off the bat, you can see that Nasdaq futures are positive, and it's a healthy 0.38. So I think I'm going to make some profits tomorrow. Already the price at which I bought AMD and NVDA and Google, the rates have gone up, the prices have gone up, so I'm already green on them. So that said, Fed Chief Jerome Powell, I already gave you my feedback on what I thought. Holds rate steady, indicate it's not ready to start cutting, and shoots down March rate cut. I don't think March was a likely rate cut, so I don't feel anything out here. A June or May rate cut is also fine. Doesn't matter. There is a nice equilibrium going on. I think, as the Fed chief said, that the employment is also looking healthy and the growth is also looking strong. So we got both of those things going. All he has to do is get the prices down, and once he does that, I think we'll all be in a very good position. So that said, we had the hearing today for social media companies. As always, the regular song and dance happened. I don't think anything is going to change. What else do we have here? Qualcomm earnings beat estimates as smartphone chip sales suggest recovery. Now, this is what is playing into, in my opinion, this is what is playing into all these greens, because what is going to happen is that this is a positive story for the future for NVIDIA and AMD, and for that matter, even Intel. All the semiconductors are going to be looking positive, and also the talk of AI smartphone, because Qualcomm is going to be supplying for I think Samsung, the premium chips, and they're talking about AI phones as well. So it all plays into the theme of the season. So I think that is giving us the next jump for tomorrow. So that's what I think pushes AMD and NVDA back up again. And that said, I have something to say about Tesla and the court voiding his $55 billion paycheck. I think that the court decision was right. I don't think a CEO is worth 50 billion if the CEO is not spending full time on the job and is also using the employees from Tesla to do work on X and other places. This is like a mom and pop store. I mean, a person may be a genius, but this is not the right way to run a company. So as a Tesla shareholder myself, I think the courts did the right thing. And another thing to remember is that Elon Musk makes the shareholders feel like he's doing them a favor by being on the CEO of Tesla. But the thing is, if he wants to do AI and other things, a normal CEO with a much lesser pay, if you slash the pay by 90%, still you can get a good CEO who would on their own try to push AI and they won't be asking for extra money or extra control. So I think Elon Musk, his success has gone to his head, and of late he has been very erratic. So this is the right decision, and the money is going to come back into Tesla. I will see Tesla shares raising because of this decision, because all those shares that were issued will have to be cancelled. It's going to reduce the number of Tesla shares in the market, and that in turn is going to boost the share price. So this is my feeling. But Tesla in the process of taking that back would require Elon Musk to pay them back. And that could cause problems for Elon Musk because he's leveraged for the buyout of Twitter. So we'll have to see what happens to Elon Musk, and we'll see how it goes. I hope that the Tesla board follows the judgment and they don't go for an appeal, because then it's going to delay this whole process, and it makes Tesla even more risky and messier. And at the same time, we have these Chinese EV companies which are all coming in and pushing into the EV market. So that said, I think that's all I have here. 10-year Treasury yield falls below 4% as traders evaluate Fed decision. I bet it has already changed. Fear and greed index is showing us in the middle of greed. This is the exact spot where I would go for XXX leveraged products. So we are in the right place. I'm happy with this. And if you look at the stock market heat map, you can see that everything is in the red, except for a couple of biotechnology and healthcare companies. Everything else is in the red. And of course, Qualcomm gained 1.73% during the day, but after hours, it has done spectacularly. So that's what we are looking at. And I think when you get a market which is so red, there is always a dead cat bounce the very next day. And that said, let us look at our TradingView platform. Well, friends, here we are in our TradingView futures. And if you look at Nasdaq futures, it's up 0.40%. And I'm telling you that this is going to be a dead cat bounce for tomorrow. I have a good feeling about it. And our limit is going to be the 9-day exponential moving average, which is currently sitting at 17,406. Now let's go on to look at the QQQ and see what the chart looks like. So the QQQ has been stopped by the 9-day exponential moving average, and it has fallen below this diagonal line of support, which is what is worrying me a little bit. But if I look at post-market, it was already up 0.37%, and I think it's going to edge back into this area, but till then I'm going to mark it as red. Our next support, if it were to fall down, happens to be at 413.31. That said, let us look at the VIX, which was again up. I think it was up 7.66%, and it got stopped by the 100-day exponential moving average, which is this yellow line out here. And it got pushed up by this diagonal line of support from earlier. I'm going to mark this green. So we are up there, and it looks like the RSI is looking really healthy. So there could be higher volatility as we go ahead. S&P 500 is down 1.63%, and post-market it's back up again 0.22, and it also has the 9-day exponential moving average as a resistance and the 20-day exponential moving average as a support. Dow Jones is down minus 0.81, and the 9-day is still supporting it, and US dollar index is up 0.11, still supported by the 9-day exponential moving average. Russell's is down 2.44%. It has fallen below the 9 and 20-day exponential moving average. But tomorrow it has got a very strong support at 191.38, which is a confluence of a horizontal support as well as the 50-day exponential moving average, which is this green line out here. So that's what it looks like out here. And US oil is up 0.03. So it's consolidating again, and it's broken down below the 9-day exponential moving average. There are only 2 exponential moving averages below it to give it any support. I think looking at PCC, the market seems to be bullish. And in terms of the support for the market, I think the support is waning. It's down to 64.01% of S&P 500 stocks, which are above their 50-day average. So that's not a good sign. And if we were to go in and have a look at our technology companies which lead the market, Netflix was up 0.22%, and post-market it's up again 0.13%, which accounts to around 73 cents. And RSI is overbought and has got to cool down a little bit. That's what it is trying to do out here. That's what it did yesterday and today. Next, we are looking at Microsoft, which was down 2.69%. And I think the RSI is looking healthy, but the direction it's pointed to is not looking great. But Microsoft is intrinsically a good company. Tomorrow it has got to turn around and it will go back into the green. That's my personal opinion. And BRK.A, Berkshire, I think we don't talk about that here. Let's go for the next one, which is Tesla, which was down 2.24%. A very narrow trading range, and again a bearish kind of a signal out here. We are still below the 30% on the RSI, so extremely weak. Amazon was down 2.39%, but post-market it's up 0.56%, so that's good. And we have Meta, which was down 2.48%, and post-market it's up 0.81%. Meta is going to report tomorrow after hours, and Apple is down 1.94%. Post-market it was up 0.70%. NVDA was down 1.99%, and post-market it's up 0.48%. And of course, we have AMD, which was down 2.68%. And post-market, there are no trades. The market is closed right now. And it was constrained by the 9-day exponential moving average. Of course, my beloved FNGU was down minus 8.43%. I was able to buy some at 252.40 plus commissions. So that's the rate at which I was able to buy. And I'm pretty hopeful that it's going to turn around tomorrow. And let's go on to genomics. And if we look at genomics, we have NTLA, which was down 3.13%. It's still below the diagonal line of resistance. And also it's being pushed down by the 9-day exponential moving average. RSI is also very weak. NVTA was down 3.89%. Again, it's still below the horizontal resistance at 0.41. And RSI is looking weak. Bluebird was down 3.77%. It's looking really bad. Very close to the 30% mark on the RSI. Editas was down 2.50%. Still looking very weak on the charts. DNA was down minus 4.72%. Still has got support at 1.14. RSI is looking very weak. Prime was down 6.48, again looking very weak. IMTX was up 1.43%. Momentum is above average and moving in the right direction. So I think IMTX will do better tomorrow. CRISPR Therapeutics was down 2.37%, still above the diagonal wedge, but below the 9-day exponential moving average. Momentum is just about average, so I don't know what it's going to do tomorrow. Caribou Biosciences was up 0.99, pushed down by the horizontal resistance at 6.27. Stock chart is looking very healthy. I think probably tomorrow we might see a little more movement, maybe an attempt to cross this resistance. Allogene was down 2.22%. Chart is still looking good. Momentum is also pretty good, but I was hoping that the RSI would point upwards or at least sidewards instead of down. So we'll have to see what happens tomorrow with that. ARKG was down 3.40%. Chart is looking weak. Beam was down 5.57. Again, chart is looking weak and below average momentum. VERV was down 3.82%. Very weak momentum. Pushed down by the 9-day exponential moving average. Illumina is down 2.85%, very nicely supported by the horizontal line of support and the 9-day exponential moving average. RSI was getting close to overbought. It got cooled down a little bit. I think Illumina will do well tomorrow. The company is on the mend, and I'm looking at a gradual increase in the price of Illumina. And before you know, at the end of 2 or 3 months, I'm looking at it to be somewhere around 300 to 350. This is my personal opinion, not financial advice. I have 10 Illumina shares. I might buy some more if it comes to somewhere around 135. Bionanogenomics was down 5.60%, looking absolutely weak on the chart. PACB was down 7.26%. I don't know what is ailing PACB. It's fallen below the resistance of 7.06. Let us see if there is any news. I don't see any new news that is negative. It's just the overall market sentiment. So most of the shares which are all red today will get green tomorrow. It's going to be a dead cat bounce. That's my prediction. And I would also like to give you a sneak peek of what I have considered as AI stocks. We are already covering that as technology market movers, but I have to formally start doing this as a separate segment. Right now, I'm finding it difficult to get my timetable in place. We made the HIV channel separate, and I think we got around 2,000 new international subscribers, especially with multi-language subtitles. So I'm in the process of getting that streamlined and the content for that in place, and also doing what we do here. I think by the end of next week, I should be back on the saddle, and I would start covering AI also out here. I'll just do a little bit today. NVDA was up 1.99%. We already seen this before. Google we have seen before. AMD we have seen before. Microsoft we have seen. Meta we have seen. Amazon we have seen. ASML is something that I'm planning to cover, which we have not seen in our technology movers. So ASML is up 0.21% today, and the stock is looking very strong. I'm just concerned about this gap up that we have out here. RSI is overbought, and if you look at Palantir, it was down 3.88. Intel was up 0.37%. Intel is also going to benefit tomorrow. And Baidu was down 0.02. Sorry, Baidu was up 0.02%. Baidu was up 0.02. Intuit was down 2.53%. It fell below the 9-day exponential moving average. Momentum is still looking good, but we need a change in direction out there. Adobe was down 1.62%. Chart is still looking healthy. It's still above the 9-day exponential moving average. Momentum is still above average. We'll see what happens tomorrow with Adobe. These are all the companies which have got something to do with AI. I'll be covering these, and when I start covering these, I'll stop getting into the technology established playlist. We'll directly go to AI and genomics. Those are the only two things that we'll be talking about. I think starting tomorrow, we'll do that. With that, my friends, I would like to come to the conclusions. I think there is nothing much to worry about. I'm still holding on to my personal opinion and thesis that February and March are going to be the bottom of the market, and then things are going to start improving. And I also see that somewhere around June, there might be the first rate cut. And February and March might probably see the market respond to whatever is happening with the Mag 6. And they're already at high valuations, and they have met high expectations. And then there are further higher expectations going forward. And I'm pretty sure that those will also be achieved, because most of these companies like Google, Meta, and Apple as well, and a few other companies like Amazon, they are all ramping up on AI, and they are going to buy a lot of chips. So I'm absolutely bullish on the case for NVIDIA and AMD. Intel to a certain extent may also participate in the rally. There are these companies like TSMC and ASML. They are all going to make really lot of money because they are at the cutting edge. They are the ones who create the machines that create the chips. And so those are the areas I think which are going to push the market forward, and cloud is also a big thing. So that's the first round. And then the second round after that will be consultant organizations which will start implementing it across various industries for various use cases to improve the bottom line of various companies. So just imagine across sectors, the profitability is going to go up, the productivity is going to go up. So you can see the increase in valuation of all the companies. That's not going to happen immediately. That might happen as we go towards the end of the year. We'll start seeing the green shoots of that kind of development. And 2025, I think, will be spectacular. So this is my vision based on all the things that I have read and synthesized so far. I would like to hear from you guys. Do you think that this February and March is going to be the bottom of the market? Or do you think that we are just up and away from here all the way to the end of the year? Please put your thoughts and your rationale in the comment. Let us have a discussion. And with that, my friends, I'd like to end this video. Happy hunting for tomorrow. See you later. Bye for now.